Hey guys, Twiggs here. So we're going to be checking out a video from a content creator I haven't looked at before. So this is going to be new to me too. Saintontas. I believe that's how you say it. His video is why your favorite content creators are skipping Wuthering Waves. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take a shot in the dark and assume he's talking about content creators that focus more on Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, games probably made by Hoyoverse, since Hoyoverse is pretty much the biggest gacha game company right now. So that's what I believe he is shooting for. But with that being said, definitely hit that like and subscribe button for him. And while you're at it, hit that like and subscribe button for me. Help us build a community over here. Because I will be definitely playing Wuthering Waves and making content for it, just like I did for the closed beta 2 test. So definitely hit that subscribe button for me. Now, with that being said, let's check out Saintontas in his video.
With the release of Wuthering Waves just weeks ahead, there is a lot of anticipation in the gacha space. If you look for content prior to release, you're unlikely to find videos from some familiar names and large CCs within the gacha space, specifically those affiliated with Hoyoverse.
So yeah, he's really hitting what I just said. You got Doro over here. Doro pretty much just makes content for Genshin. And like right here, he already has kind of like a, I won't say negative because I haven't seen the video, but a very, it's a video that definitely gives off the air of negativity. You got Brand Online. I actually don't know this dude, but it looks like we got Genshin content and Star Rail content in the background, so Hoyoverse. You got Zyox, 100% a Genshin and Star Rail content creator, and Enviosity, the man is just known for Genshin. It will feel like a little bit of Star Rail right here, but I've known Enviosity for a while. Genshin has been his bread and butter. Actually, it was actually Genshin that got Enviosity to where he is right now.
My name is Saintontas, and I'm here to talk with you today about why this strange phenomenon is happening. Wuthering Waves has very large headwinds. Genshin Impact is its main competition, a game that has a massive budget, a massive revenue, and a massive community of both.
Me and this guy are already on the same page. I've been saying that for a while now, that Wuthering Waves, the thing about it is that it's directly competing with Genshin Impact.
Players and content creators dedicated to the scene. Wuthering Waves is the first genuine competitor that Genshin has seen in this space. It has an open world, it's an action RPG, it has some shift in gameplay mechanics like parries, time slowdown, and
what he forgot to also mention is the dodging mechanic, unless that's what he meant by slowed cooldowns. But I also know the main character has a ult that slows down everything around you. So I'm not sure if he also meant that. But yeah, there also is a dodge mechanic as well.
What? Turtle transformations, but that same core gameplay loop of exploring the world, unlocking chests, killing monsters and bosses, while also grinding forever on an RNG gear treadmill. The biggest draw towards Wuthering Waves is its proposed endgame. There have been a lot of CCs in the Genshin space that have cited a lack of endgame as one of their biggest frustrations. It's been 4.5 years without much content to actually use your fully built characters on. What?
That is a big old cap. But
Wuthering Waves seems to check off a lot of the boxes that Genshin left blank, directly appealing to general online viewpoints that are shared by both niche communities and the biggest creators alike. So why is nobody talking about it? Kuro Games, a publisher best known for their previous gacha action game, Punishing Grey Raven, has started aggressively marketing to the gacha community. Some of the tactics that they've employed include pre-release gacha pools, where players can choose an echo, or essentially a monster skill that they can use in combat prior to release.
And this mechanic is so cool. I love it. When I was playing the CBT2, this was like so fun to like collect, like have the monsters be your artifacts or relics, and then not only that, like gives you the benefits of what you would expect from an artifact or relic with the passive ability, but also giving you an actual in-game ability that's based on what the monster does. That was so cool, and it's one of the most innovative things I've seen brought to a gacha game in a while. Such a cool ability.
The second one that they've used is Cosplayers. Kuro Games has an official expenditure category for cosplayers to go on a nationwide road trip in the United States, make major stops at cities like Los Angeles, San Francisco, and New York, and live stream and advertise for the game the entire time.
That's cool.
All of these marketing posts, along with character drip teasing, so on and so forth, have seen a fair amount of engagement on Twitter. However, there isn't a single quote retweet, reply, or mention from some of the most prominent Hoyo creators. It's a new game in the same genre with fresh mechanics, and most importantly, an untapped player base to create content for. Why is there so little engagement?
I can pretty much tell you why, and it has something to do with what Gacha Smack and Tectone brought up a little while ago. Let's see if he goes there.
Their job is to create content for video games, and this is an amazing opportunity for their careers.
It's not that it's their job to create content for video games. That's kind of like the most simplistic way to put it. But it's their job, and it's a no-brainer for them as gacha game content creators to cover a gacha game that has so much hype behind it, so much good word of mouth around it, and is considered, and this is the big thing, that's probably the double-edged sword, a direct competitor to Genshin Impact. Now let's put all the dots together.
Well, the answer to that is simple. They are not making content for video games because they are making content for video games. Let me explain. Zenless Zone Zero is an upcoming gacha game developed by Hoyoverse that is launching in a similar timeframe to Wuthering Waves. Here's a retweet from Shinya, a recent creator in the Wuthering Waves space.
Here we go. A few hours ago, a random Twitter account linked an image on one of my previous posts with a screenshot of a snippet of a contract. I am attempting to verify the legitimacy of this screenshot, and I have spoken to a few other individuals that this screenshot is 100% legit. So yes, this is what I was kind of alluding to. This bit of the contract, Gacha Smack got in contact with someone who had the whole contract. And Gacha Smack got in a call with him, and the guy was able to prove, like show him the whole contract. Obviously with personal information blacked out, because obviously it's personal information. But Gacha Smack was able to get legitimate proof that this is real. And yes, Hoyoverse is basically made a handful. Granted, that was their choice. The content creators had the choice, obviously. But handed them a contract saying, hey, you guys are going to be covering, we want you guys to cover Zenless Zone Zero. But if you guys get to cover Zenless Zone Zero, with us being your sponsor, that's the key thing. They're going to sponsor their content. You guys cannot cover any other game during this time frame unless we give you permission to cover that game. So basically, in layman's terms, we'll sponsor you for covering Zenless Zone Zero, but you gotta ask us permission to cover Wuthering Waves during that time frame too. Obviously, Hoyoverse is not going to sign off on that.
that depicts a leaked Zzzz preferred creator contract that outlines the tasks, responsibilities, and most importantly, the restrictions on the creators. If creators accept this contract, any future sponsorship offers they receive must be approved by Yomiholic, or MiHoYo's strong arm ad agency. Yomiholic can then decline any sponsorships on the creator's behalf that could be detrimental to Zzzz or the creator's reputation. At this point, you might be connecting the dots as to why there just isn't that much hype surrounding Wuthering Waves. Hoyoverse is a predator in the content creator ecosystem. They have created a hyper-competitive landscape where creators have a massive advantage if they can make the first move. The first iteration of this process began with Honkai Star Rail.
A really good game. I'll give Hoyoverse their credit for that. This game has been popping off. I have been loving every bit of Honkai Star Rail. So, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and dog on Hoyoverse when they are doing good things at this moment too. Honkai Star Rail has been a great game, but I'm going to zero in even more. I'm specifically giving praise to the Star Rail dev team. They have been doing great work.
And the release of Acheron. I Went to Lose Gaming and Braxophone, who are two preferred creators in the program, experienced massive success for the creations of her guide. This creates an enormous amount of downward pressure on every other creator in the space. Questions come to mind. How do I compete? How do I get access to? Is my channel dead? This is fear, uncertainty, and doubt. If your livelihood is threatened, which is the case for many creators who can no longer compete under these conditions, they begin making less rational decisions. These are people in their mid-20s, perhaps even younger, who have never worked a corporate role in their lives. Hoyo is creating an environment where the only way to compete is to become a preferred creator, or consistently play days if not weeks behind your competitors. Could you blame anybody for signing this thing?
And yeah, to that point, if you are trying to, and this is kind of like my thought process, if you are trying to basically mold your channel around Hoyoverse games, then this may be actually a no-brainer for you. So for those content creators that basically have made their channel all about Hoyoverse, Genshin Impact, Star Rail, Honkai Impact 3rd, or Zzzz, yeah, go for it. No, I'm not going to hate on you for going for the bag, trying to stay in the good graces of Hoyoverse. That is a no-brainer. But if you're trying to keep your channel and you yourself all about just gacha games in general, this could hurt you, because this, like with Hoyoverse, this removes the edge that you have of being able to get content, for example, about characters out first. So with the Acheron thing, once the preferred content creators got the Acheron gameplay out there because they were in the exclusive content creator server, now you're going to be late to the game getting your video about Acheron out. And so that happens. But this is more so about, there is a new game out there, and this is going to be potentially a really big, good gacha game. And a lot of content creators are going to want to try it out to see what it's all about. It's the new big thing. And in this instance, being in the good graces of Hoyoverse is now kind of a detriment when a new, big, positive gacha game is coming to the market.
Hoyo has utilized a content creator's fear for their livelihood to bind them in an ambiguous non-compete agreement. It's a little ironic that Honkai Star Rail's most recent character release, Robin, actually symbolizes a caged bird, while these contracts would serve a similar role as a cage to these creators' careers. As a result, Wuthering Waves will not have a lot of familiar faces in the content scene on release. you're gonna have a lot of people who cannot legally make content for this game. And if you're someone like me, who developed in the gacha space and was introduced to the gacha space through Hoyoverse games, that's gonna be a little bit uncomfortable. There are, however, many up-and-coming creators that are hyper-focused and dedicated to the Wuthering Waves scene. Some people like Shinya, Narushio, and Tenten. There are also
other content creators like Imtashed. Imtashed 100% said that he is going to go, and other familiar content creators like Tectone that are going to go balls to the wall. Especially Imtashed. Imtashed 100% said he is going to play the shit out of Wuthering Waves when it comes out. Myself included. I am going to be, like I said earlier in the video, I am going to be pumping out Wuthering Waves content when this game comes out.
Numerous developed creators like Gacha Smack, Imtashed, Tectone, who are explicitly non-Hoyo affiliated that will doubtless be playing this game. And most importantly, related to what I said before, if you never see Dish, you never see Doro, you never see Zyox actually streaming this game, it's not because Wuthering Waves is bad, it's not because it's low quality, it's not because the gacha is bad or the character design is bad, it's not because of any of those things. It's because they are not legally allowed to touch the game or cover it for the near future. I personally wanted to get involved in this scene myself as a new and upcoming creator, and I just wanted to do my part for the community to show that this game is not dead on arrival. It's going to be perfectly fine.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting thing that goes down. Especially the thought that came to my mind when I was watching his video, which is, yes, when Wuthering Waves launches, the irony is that it's going to be kind of obvious what content creators probably signed that contract. If we do not see, for example, MV, Zyox, Doro, Brand Online play Wuthering Waves, it's going to be pretty obvious that they signed the contract, especially because these are bigger content creators for Genshin. And like I said, it would be a no-brainer to play Wuthering Waves since it's a direct competitor. It's the new cool thing. This would actually be a net positive for them to experience just because that's where everyone's eyeballs are going to be. But because the contract is a thing, if they signed it, it's going to be pretty obvious that they signed it when they're not playing it. This is one of those instances where not being under the umbrella of Hoyoverse is a positive, because you have the freedom to do what you want. And that's something that I would prefer, is the freedom to just do what I want. So 100% definitely keep an eye out for my channel when Wuthering Waves launches. I'm going to be playing it. I'm going to be maybe streaming it as well. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Wuthering Waves. So like I said, I hope you guys hit that like and subscribe button for me. Hitting that like button gets the video out there. Hitting that subscribe button helps us grow a channel, helps us grow the community over here. And 100%, this guy is a new and up-and-coming content creator, just like myself. So I definitely can feel that. Definitely hit that link in the description below for Saintontas. Hit that like button for his video, and definitely subscribe to his channel. Give him the support he needs. And like I said, help me out as well. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And with that being said, I will catch you guys later.